Hello everyone, welcome. Hope you're well. So for today I have a review of the Dice Tracker Razor Stand from FrugalShave, which is an Etsy shop. Had my eye on this for a little while and finally pulled the trigger on one. This is the 3 razor model, as you can see. For those of you new to wet shaving or just unfamiliar with why you would have a razor stand with dice on it, it is intended to keep track of how many shaves are on a given blade that you have put in a razor. Go ahead and put one in here and show you what that looks like. Let me stick one in the middle section. Okay. And obviously this one, as I said, can hold 3 razors. Other option that exists on their website is a stand that holds actual razor blades. So instead of holding razors, it holds razor blades, and so you can just keep your razor blades there on the stand, and I'll roll in an image of that for you. This stand, the one we're looking at here, comes in the option of holding 1 razor, 2 razors, 3 razors, 4 razors, or 5 razors, so anything from 1 to 5. And I originally was considering getting the 5 razor one, but I was going to use this to keep on my bathroom counter, and I just wanted to use the 3 most common razors that I tend to use, or the 3 that I'm currently using in my rotation, and so I selected the number 3 option. So when you get this razor stand, and let me just take the dice out of it for you here, just to show you a little bit what it looks like. And let me show you the back. It has these adjustable pegs in the back. So let me kind of get focus here for you guys. Yeah, it has these little adjustable pegs in the back that actually come all the way out, but it helps you to adjust for whatever size razor handle that you have. Okay, let me just show you sort of the 3 I currently have in the razor stand. But first, let me mention that he actually includes it includes 3 sort of regular white and black die or dice with the stand. So I assume how large your stand is, that's how many dice that he would send you. Actually, I didn't know, and maybe it's in the item description, but I was kind of surprised it says included dice. So in the item description here on Etsy, it does say that he includes the dice for the stand. So let me show you the 3 that I currently had riding in it. So that's that razor. And when the bottom is like the shape of the very, very bottom, not this part here, but the very, very bottom, makes it kind of difficult for it to stand in this razor stand. And we get this back into focus here so you can see this. So let me turn it to the back here so you can kind of see what this looks like as they go in. You can see this is a little wobbly in there, but that's more, I think, to do with the bottom of that razor. If you push it in really tight, it tends not to wobble as much. So I've got them pushed in tight there, and you wobble. You see it's very little wobble, and generally it'll stand up straight for you while you have it in there. So let me put the last one in there. This is also the double open comb from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, but this is the flat bottom aluminum version. And keep in mind, this stand is usually just sitting still on my bathroom counter, so them standing up straight is not as much of an issue when it's on the counter. Bring it sort of into focus here. I'm up so close that I can't get the razors and the whole stand into focus. So let me turn this around here to the front. Okay. So again, the idea with this stand is some of you are familiar with, is to basically keep track of how many shaves you have on a given blade in a given razor. And as I said, on FrugalShave, there's actually some razors, some dice stands where you just place the razors up there instead of the blades up there instead of the actual razors. So in addition to including the dice with it, There were a couple of stickers included too, which was a nice little bonus. One says "Shut up and shave," and the other one "Keep calm and shave on." So those were included with the stand, which was a nice little bonus. I didn't read the item description well, and so I didn't know that the dice came with it. I actually ordered some dice from another Etsy seller that were a little bit more sort of matched. Not just the razors, and the reason I wanted to match the razors is not really for aesthetic reasons, although that's kind of a nice bonus, but if I knock the dice out or something, I wanted different dice to indicate different razors, so that if I somehow lost track of which dice was associated with which razor, I would be able to tell pretty quickly. So the other Etsy shop that I utilized here was a Etsy shop called Cave Loot. Now, it depends on what height you had this stand setting on, and whether you had it high up at eye level, or if you're looking down on it, kind of like we are here, like it is on my bathroom counter. Like the dice, whichever one's facing up would be the one you'd want to use. If it's lower, if it's at eye level, obviously the front of the dice. But basically the idea here is you keep it on whatever number of shaves you have on the blade and the razor. And actually right now there's only the copper Phoenix double open comb Ascension has a blade in it. So I haven't put a blade in the other two. I'm just in the process of replacing the blades in those. And so you adjust it. So after I would do a shave on this one, you would just, move it to 2, right? So that's how this works. So the actual item itself is made of what I assume is a plastic or polymer type material. It looks like it's been made with a 3D printer, would be my guess. There are a number of color options: black, white, silver, gold, red, green, blue, crimson, maroon, teal, purple, pink, ice, and this one is the wood version. And before I show you sort of a close-up of the material, let me just put some other razors in here to sort of show you sort of the range of what it will hold. I have a very large handle here from Maggard's. That would be a little different than what you might normally have on a razor, but this is like the largest one that Maggard's has, and actually it still stays in there. It will expand enough to hold that largest in terms of like the diameter of that handle, and you can sort of see how this compares to, say, the bottom of the Phoenix razor. So this is a pretty large razor, and it still holds that. But what about sort of an odd shaped handle? Well, it's not that odd. It's just, you can see where it might be a little wobbly. This is a razor from Razor Rock. I'll put in the name of it, roll the name of it in for you. But put that in. Now this one, you can see it has a little bit more difficulty standing up. And first of all, this is a really tall razor, so it's top heavy. But also the bottom of this razor, it's also sort of oddly shaped. It comes to a pretty good point there, and so it's hard for it to be, sort of stable in this stand. I also have a vintage gem that I actually got from my uncle that I need to get restored. But here it is, and it has sort of a bit of a rounded bottom, and it's sort of top heavy, so it doesn't stand as much on its own, but it would fit fine in this stand and stay pretty stable in the stand. So if we look at the stand itself, and I'm going to try to get as close as possible here and get it in focus for you. If you can see the material, there's actually, like I said, it looks like it's 3D printed. There appears to be a few little irregularities in the material, but you would have to be looking closely for that. So you can kind of see there's some marks there, and if you can kind of see that one mark, you can kind of see if you're looking closely. But to me, it doesn't bother me. This is the wood finish, so you'd expect for things that look like real wood, like if it was real wood, there'd be imperfections, so I don't have a problem with that. What I would like to see is I'd like to see this be a little taller, meaning in this direction, because that would help with some of these top-heavy razors if it was a little taller. And there's not really any reason for, a lot of the handle to be showing, so, it could be substantially taller as far as I'm concerned, and even, the base could come down this way some more and have the dice higher or whatever, however it would need to be formatted. But I'd just like to see it be a little taller, meaning in this direction, or another way to put it would be deeper, I suppose, so that you could have basically more of the handle being inside the actual stand. I think that would be a improvement on this design, just to make some of these that are hard to stand up be able to stand up better. So overall, I'm very happy with this product. Let me show you some other options. One of the reasons I decided to get the 3, as I mentioned, is I was just going to use it on my bathroom counter, and I also have another stand that I use. Let me back out here a little bit for you so you can see this. Another stand that I use, which is just a test tube holder that you can get at Amazon, and it holds razors well also. And so I keep the razors when I'm not using the 3 on my counter. I just put them in this little holder. And you can see it'll hold all types. And these are really cheap on Amazon. I'll roll in a picture of one of those along with the price, so you can sort of see what those look like on Amazon. But yeah, so that's the way I hold the other razors that I currently don't have in the 3 razor stand. This is a 6-hole one, so made for 6 test tubes. They make larger ones. In fact, I have one here. Be able to see all of it, obviously, but this is one that I use to hold my my fountain pens, and this one I think accommodates 12, so it would hold 12 razors if you had a collection that large. But again, I roll in the description from Amazon. Overall, I'm really happy with this design, and I would highly recommend it. Again, I think it could be improved upon if it was made a little deeper. It could help hold a more wide variety of razors and them be more stable. But for the 3 that I'm currently using most often in my rotations, it works just fine for them. But overall, I'm really satisfied with this product. I would recommend it to anyone looking for a way to keep track of how many shaves are on razors. And I would like to see a few improvements. So like I said, a little deeper. Also would wish the artisan would show the color options other than just the names, like show examples of those color options on Etsy and make it a little easier to select the color you'd like. But yeah, I look forward to seeing maybe a future version of this that is a little taller or at least holds a bit more of the handle. But overall, I recommend it. I would appreciate it if you subscribe and leave a comment. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.